Why, hello there, fascists and pacifists alike. Shams Nelson here from Fantastic Anatomy, and this is going to be the first part in a collaboration I'm doing with vibhasketches, and you can check out her work. I think if you just on YouTube, that's her screen name up here, so you can look that up. Or I'll also put the description to her page on below. But she does really cool speed drawings and stuff, and so I'm going to do a sketch here, and I think she's going to ink and color it, so we'll see how that comes out, and I'll put the link in the description, or it'll pop up here once it's up in a couple days or soon. So in this part of the video, I'm going to do a chibi design of Gandhi, our friend Gandhi here, and kind of talk you through what steps I would go to make a caricature of him or any other person. So the first thing I would do is make notes of what are the most notable features that kind of distinguish Gandhi as Gandhi or anyone as anyone. So one of the first things that come to mind are the glasses. That is, he's well known for wearing those round spectacles. And he's kind of got big ears, a little bit pointy. You can see him in this picture, so that's characteristic. In addition, let's see, he's got a little bit of a big nose. I'm going to exaggerate that a little more because it's a caricature. And this mustache. And a little bit of a, what is this, a mischievous smirk, perhaps? He does seem a little mischievous. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I kind of get that impression that deep down he's a bit of a troublemaker, and kind of makes sense. Also, he's got his head is round and bald, and a little bit pointy kind of head with a pointier chin. And he wears these, I don't know what you would call them, just like a white, this is from the movie, so this is an actual photograph of him, but I thought it was a good reference for a costume in here. So these draping kind of white cloth and sandals, and he's pretty skinny. So I think those are the main things I'm going to keep in mind. So to get started, I'm going to do this in the kind of a Derek Loffman style. And I did a video on how to draw like Derek Loffman, so I won't go into the things I mentioned there too much. But first I'm going to start off with the head shape, and basically just alright, I'll leave that up there actually. Basically just all the shapes of the body before I go into the details. So he's pretty skinny, so I'm not going to make him too wide. I remember I had a reference of him before where he's kind of got his hands in like a kind of, I don't know what this would be called, a prayer greeting or something like that. But when you put your hands together and bow. So that's very representative of his character, so let's keep that. His legs are going to be pretty skinny. I'm going to make his feet pretty small, kind of also accentuating the thinness. And I think that's fine. I think that gives me a good basic shape that I want to work off of. Okay. And let's see. Let's add the robes on here. So they're hanging down. We'll go to this reference here, maybe. Oops. They go about arm length. Elbow length. Wrapping around, hanging down. Something like that. And he's wearing little shorts. Cool. Let's go ahead and make this bigger, and then I'm going to add some facial features, and then I'll go over it again and do a little bit of a tighter sketch. Oh no, I lost the orange color I was using. Sample that again. Alright. So let's put in his face like this. And then let's go to one with his face over here. I like the one where he's looking straight on. That's the easiest. Get an idea. Okay. And I'm sure you're all familiar with Gandhi. If you haven't seen the movie, It's a really great movie. Also, the book is his bio. There's a like I think it's an official biography or something. I don't think it's an autobiography. Is it? It's my mom's favorite book. Apparently, I haven't read it because it's very long. Um, but I've been meaning to. Something to make eyes happy, you know, like having that bottom lid. It kind of gives you that squint. It's funny because you can tell if people are really smiling from their eyes, not their mouth. You can smile with the eyes without moving your mouth. I'm sorry, I went quiet and stopped doing it because I was doing it like you guys could see, but the eyes are really truly telling. I'm not sure. I think his chin's a little big here. I'm keeping things really rough. I'm gonna round his head out a little bit. I think he should be a little rounder. And I'm gonna keep the nose like that. Alright. So let's go ahead. Let's say I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna lower the head a little bit. Cool. Alright, so let's lower the opacity there. And I'll make a new layer. And go over a little cleaner with a darker line. It probably would have made more sense to start with his eyes. And I'm going to keep the sketch rough because vibhasketches is going to go ahead and clean it up for me and work her magic. So apparently I'm being a little loud. My wife's trying to sleep. Oops. Alright. I'm going to keep the nose like this. Kind of like leaving the nose in that. Just as like a shape. It's kind of fun. Okay, now his hands. Should have probably worked them out a little more in the sketch over there, but that's okay. Since we're keeping it simple, since it's a little chibi drawing. I'm only gonna give him 3 fingers. Okay. Let's go to finish off. Get ears, nice and characteristic. Okay. See, you can't really see his hairline too much. I'm gonna leave him bald, I think. That's more, yeah, that's more characteristic. And since he's a little bit of an older fellow, when we, as he's mostly remembered a little bit later in his life, give him little shiny spots. He keeps his head clean. Now, alright, let's think perspective here. This arm is moving towards me like this. This arm, this part of the arm is kind of more sideways. And the cloth is coming over here. So you might see a little bit of that gap. So let's go ahead and do that. Honestly, this arm's too long now that I think about it. For a little chibi character would hang way down. But, you know, this is a cartoon, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But I think I will shorten it a little bit. Maybe kind of come up to here. Something like that. See, is there any good reference for the arms? So I'm being really flowy. I think that's fine. And then actually, if I wanted to have his stomach sticking out a little bit, let's see, is that typical? No, here it's not. This is more realistic. But I don't know if he's wearing shorts or it's just tucked up, so it kind of looks like that. So I'm going to leave it like this. And since I kind of moved the body in, I'm going to have to move the legs in a little too. I want the little ankle bone sticking out. Is that too much detail? Kind of shows the skinniness a little more. I kind of like it. Cool. And I think we might be just about done with this before I want to leave enough room for Vibha to put her creative touch on it and everything and not put in every little tiny detail. Now see, I don't like this because it's like just such a flat shape, it doesn't add anything to it. I think if the arm comes out a little more. Let's see, how does that help the silhouette? Okay, cool. So let me just look back, some pictures of them, see if there's any details I want to add or I left out. Maybe the head's a little wide. Well, usually I think of it a little taller and skinnier. And at this point I can take out the underlying layer. I can see what I'm working with in the final. Might make the lines in front a little thicker, see these lines from behind. Can be a little more low key. Something like that. Okay, cool. Alright. I think we're good to go. Don't want to add any more detail to the eyes. The eyes are roughly on the right plane together. Maybe a couple little wrinkle lines over there, smile lines. And that's it. Got a little Chibi Gandhi going on. So yeah, just check the link in the description, or actually annotation should pop up right here, so you can check out vibhasketches' final rendering of this, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out too. So that's it for today. Peace, God bless, and stay fantastic, everyone. I seem to have lost my stop button. Ah, there we go.